For insurance agents watching this who currently have more time than money when it comes to building your insurance business, I'm going to show you how to generate more leads surprisingly through buying age leads. Now, I'm going to start by introducing myself. My name is Don. I originally built my insurance agency through posting on social media, building my personal brand, and then running paid ads on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok has been very successful for me. But I understand that every agent doesn't have the necessary money to be able to spend on paid ads, so I like to use my channel to show you a ton of different strategies to generate leads and ultimately build your agency. And now I help a ton of clients through my marketing agency Scale be able to use paid ads to be able to drive more leads. Now let's hop right into it. For insurance agents who have more time than money, I'm going to tell you a story. I was talking to a client in the past, and we were brainstorming and talking about how to generate more leads for our agencies, and he was like, Don, I crush age leads, bro. And I'm like, age leads? By the way, I've never bought age leads before, so I've never spoken to anyone who and by the way, let's just backtrack a little bit. For those who are new, an age lead is one that's normally I would say more than 30 days old, right? Like they filled out their information from somewhere across the internet and it's been more than 30 days. It's not fresh. The person didn't just fill out their info and then it got sent to you. It's been 30 days since they filled it out and now it's considered age. So an age can go from a month old even to 12 months, 24. I mean, hey, it all depends upon your preference. So that's an age leads. And he was like, Don, I crush age leads, bro. And I was like, tell me more, because I'm always looking to add more ways to be able to generate leads for my agency, because there's not just one way to do it, right? Like it's not just paid leads, it's not just running ads, it's not just buying leads, it's not just warm market. If you could do all of these things, referrals, if you could do all of those things, you're crushing it. And that's what I believe in, okay? So he started breaking it down to me, and I'm going to start off by showing you the math. So he said, Don, I get age leads $6 per lead. I said, okay, cool. That's pretty cheap for a lead that's aged. And he was like, I normally look around about 3 to 12 months old. That's where I want to go to. Obviously, the longer, the cheaper. So 3 to 12 months old. And I've been buying for about 100 leads a month, and I've been doing this for about 5 years. So let's break down the math first so you can understand why this logic makes sense and if it actually produces an ROI before we talk about how to actually implement this strategy. So if he's buying 100 age leads a month at $6 per lead, that means that he's investing $600 per month. That's why I said for a lot of my insurance agents who have more time than money, this would be a low-cost way for you to be able to invest into your business. $600 per month is about $150 per week. Yeah, in order for you to be able to grow an insurance agency, you are going to have to invest some money. $150 a week. So that's $600 per month, which means that he's spending $7,200 per year on age leads. Now let's break down how many leads that he's receiving. He's receiving 100 leads per month, which over the course of 12 months, 100 leads multiplied by 12 is 1,200 age leads per year that he's capturing. From there, let's look at the total cost. So if he's spending $7,200 per year on age leads, you multiply that by 5, which is 5 years, he spent a total of $36,000 over the course of 5 years for 6,000 total leads that he's acquired. And he was telling me that the ROI that he received was roughly 5% of the 6,000 leads. Well, I'm sorry, not ROI, conversion rate, okay? So he's converting 5% of all of his age leads that he received. Okay, now some people might be like, that's too low, but as we get deeper into this training, you'll understand why 5% on something that was like three plus months old is pretty solid. I mean, not to get off topic here, but I used to run marketing for my wife's e-commerce store, and the conversion rates on e-com stores, a bunch that I've seen, like 3%. So if you're converting 5%, I mean, that's pretty good. And let's look at the math. 5% conversion rate, meaning that 5% sold out of 6,000 leads is 300 total sales. So he got 300 sales out of 6,000 leads, which is 5%. Now, he was also telling me that out of those 300 sales, and I started asking him, I'm like, well, okay, if it's 5%, like how much AP? And if you don't know AP, that's annualized premium. How much annual premium is the client committing to? He said roughly 900 AP. So just to put that into simpler terms, 900 AP is $75 per month. That's what the client is committing to. $75, you multiply that by 12, that's 900 AP. That's how we earn money as insurance agents and agency owners. So we did the math, and I said, okay, 300 sales multiplied by 900 in annualized premium, that's $270,000 issued. I said, okay, that's pretty solid, because like when I look at before I go any further, when I look here at the math, you see 270,000 on 36,000. If I just do the math here, that means that he earned 7.5x return. So he earned his money back 7.5 times over. I said, that's pretty good. So as we start to go deeper into it, let me break this down. He spent $270,000 over the course of 5 years. So if we do 270,000, if he generated 270,000 and you divide that by 5 years, that means that he averaged $54,000 per year. Okay? And then he spent $36,000 over the course of 5 years. So if you do 36,000, divide that by 5, he spent $7,200 per year. So now if we do the math on how much he earned per year from his age lead strategy, that means $54,000 per year in revenue minus $7,200 per year in spending on age leads. He netted down $46,800 on age leads. Now, of course, we can get into what were the chargeback rates and all that. That's not the point of this video. It's about how to generate more insurance leads. He netted $46,800 on age leads every year. That's beautiful. And just to talk about statistics, the average life insurance agent is only earning $30,000 to $50,000 per year. So the reality is, if you ran this exact strategy that this guy ran, you're already making right around $50,000 per year, which is the average of what an insurance agent is earning. And if your salary is $50,000 a year right now, you could go full time just running age leads. It's going to require you a lot of time, because if you're doing age leads, what I'm going to talk about next, you're going to see the amount of hours that you're going to have to invest in doing this. But you currently have more time than money, so this strategy would work for you. Now, if this were scalable, which this guy started to scale this thing, then basically all you got to do is, okay, what if I wanted to like earn $100,000 a year running age leads? Well, that's simple. 46,800 is what this guy net. If you multiply that by 2, that's 93,600. So in order for you to earn 93,000 per year in age leads, all you got to do is double the amount that you're spending. So if he's spending 600 per month, 7,200 per year, and he's netting down 46,800 per year, then all he has to do is now, instead of spending 600 per month, he just needs to spend 1,200 per month. If he starts spending 1,200 per month, if all numbers stay the same, he now is making 93,000 per year. So you're just doubling your spend and you double your net sales. That's how that works, assuming that everything stays the same and that the conversion rate stays at 5%. With that said, that brings me to part number 2, your strategy for age lead outreach. So this was the part that I needed to understand, how much time are you investing into doing this? And that is the trade-off. The trade-off is, with age leads, expect to be working long hours every single day, right? That's different than running paid ads like I do. That's different than buying fresh leads that somebody just filled out their information. It's different. You have to input a lot in order to get your output. For example, he said that for every age lead, he was contacting that lead 100 calls per month. One lead, one age lead, 100 calls a month. One age lead, 100 emails per month. One age lead, 100 text messages per month. And bonus, if you find their social media account, he was also sending them messages on social media. So one age lead required him to make 300 connections per month. 300 per month. So when you look at it that way and you're like, man, he's only earning a 5% conversion rate, but he got to do 300 connections per month on one lead. Yes, but he's earning 7.5x return. So if you're willing to put in the amount of effort because you don't have much money, then this is a strategy that you can run in order to get you up and going with cash flow inside of your insurance business so you can move on to other strategies. But this is the starting point for you here. I'm going to tell you something before I move on to my last and final slide. Most agents are not going to win in age leads because they're not going to be making 300 connections per month. Just not. Doing it every day is going to be tough. Doing it every day requires you to show up. Doing it every day requires you to make the phone calls when you don't want to, send the emails when you don't want to, send a text message when you don't want to, find the social media accounts when you don't want to. Most agents aren't going to win an age like the guy that I spoke to because they simply aren't going to be willing to put in that much effort every single day for a year. If you're somebody watching this video and you're willing to put in the effort every day for a year, you're going to beat most people. Like, I would even argue like 99% of agents, you're going to beat them simply because they're not going to do any of the things when it comes to outreach to make age leads work. They're just not. They're going to try it one time. They're going to say the leads suck. And once they say the leads suck, they're going to keep moving on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And before you know it, they're not going to use their license anymore. That's just how it goes. So if you want to really make this thing work, stick to it and do exactly what the successful guy was already doing, and it's going to work for you. You got to put in volume, a ton of volume in order for this to work, which you're probably like, well, Don, how do I outreach to people faster? Because like I'm up for the challenge. I got the work ethic. I'm willing to make this thing happen. Okay, like, what if I start getting so many leads that I can't call all of them at one time? I can't text all of them at one time. I can't email all of them at one time. I just simply don't have enough hours in my day, but I'm willing to put in the work. Okay, I'm going to show you how to outreach faster. Now, if you want to outreach faster when it comes to phone calls, this is where you're going to need an auto dialer system, okay? The solution is already there. There are companies that have built multi-million-dollar organizations off of age leads, right? So auto dialer system, and that's just basically a software that you can put all the leads into, and then it just basically calls way faster than you can. It's like a technology that just dials. All you got to do is sit back with your headset on, and when somebody answers the phone, you start running the sales script. That's it. Now, when you're looking for an auto dialer system, there's two things I recommend you pay attention to. Number one is local presence, and number two is multi-line. So local presence basically is where you buy a bunch of phone numbers inside of the auto dialer system, and with local presence, it'll call the lead in the area code that's close to where the lead is located. Ideally, calling the lead in the area code that they're in. So, for example, my area code is 215 because of the fact that I have a Philadelphia phone number. So with that said, like, if you buy a 215 area code and then you get a bunch of people that are in like the Philly-ish area, then it'll call the lead from that number with the 215, which enhances your pickup rates. So that's why you just want to ultimately just over time with your auto dialer system, just buying up a bunch of phone numbers and a bunch of different area codes. It's going to definitely increase your connection rates when you have local presence. People answer the phone from area codes that are close to them, but if you're calling from an area code that's not, it could mess with your results. Second is multi-line. The multi-line is basically, and I love this about auto dialer systems, this is where you can call multiple people at the same time. I was once running a auto dialer system, that was calling 5 people at the same time. So as an example, the way it works is like if you have like 1,000 leads in your system, you're like, I can't get through all 1,000 leads at the same time. Well, it'll call 5 people at a time. And you're probably like, well, if it calls 5 people at a time, Dom, what if like 2 people answer the phone? The way it works is that it'll dial all 5 leads, and it'll do it from all different area codes based off of local presence. And whoever answers the phone first, then it'll connect you to that person. And if the second person answers, it's going to hang up the line and send them the voicemail. So that's how you're able to get more and more people on the phone at one time. And so yeah, you want a local presence in a multi-line. It's going to allow you to get through all of your leads faster and make higher connections. Second is emails. So there's a system that does mass email blast. Just look for email blast software on Google. There's a ton of companies like, for example, MailChimp that allows you to send email blast out to an entire list of people. Third is text messaging, mass text blast. There's a bunch of systems out there that will allow you to blast out text messages to thousands of people. Now, the only thing I will tell you is, number one, remove them from the list if they say stop. Very simple concept to understand. If somebody says stop contacting them, or you will get in trouble. Next is consult with a lawyer to ensure that when you're doing these email and text message blasts, that you also want to consult with a lawyer to ensure that that you're doing it the right way, because there are indeed laws around telecommunication and not having the right type of consent necessary when reaching out to people. So you want to make sure that that's good, because if not, you get into trouble from there. Lastly is social media. So when it comes to reaching out to people via social media, this is the only part that I found that like you're going to have to do it hand to hand, because there's not like a social media blast. Like there kind of is, but like for example, later.com, later.com. I don't know when you're going to watch this video, assuming that they're still in business, but assuming so, I do believe that like you can blast out. I'm not sure if like they needed to consent to it first or not. You're going to have to go to the website to find out. But if not, then you are going to have to do it manually. Now, the only workaround to that is you can hire a VA, a virtual assistant, for a few hours a week, which you can hire a virtual assistant by going to upwork.com, upwork.com, find like a virtual assistant for social media, and then you tell them, hey, here's a list of everybody's social media accounts, and then just text them to be able to get appointments booked, like message them on social media. The reason why you want to do this is because you're hitting them via phone call, email, text message, and social media. That's going to increase your chances of being able to get more appointments, more people on the line, and ultimately more conversions. And again, I have to say this to end this video off. Do this every day for at least 1 year in order to see results. If you don't do it every day for at least 1 year, don't expect the results that you're looking for. With that said, my name is Don. If you want more, click the link below and you'll be able to get into my free Telegram chat that I have. That is today making this video. We're closing in on 1,000 agents inside of our chat. We offer a ton of resources, free trainings, etc. And on top of that, this is a multi-part series on how to generate insurance leads. So go ahead and watch back all of the other parts of the series, because I drop a ton of free information on how you can generate insurance leads so that you can run a full-time business for the rest of your life, and you'll never have to worry about not receiving a lead again. When it comes to warm market, referrals, ads, age leads, fresh leads, it doesn't matter. You need to know how to do all of them in order to be very, very successful. And this is what I mastered in the marketing side of insurance. With that said, appreciate you all. See you next video in the next part of our series. Peace.